Somalia, and the other will be from Turkmenistan.
So my question is, first of all, thank you very much for your time.
Please give the mic.
So first of all, thank you very much for your time. And the question is, how has the mass media, particularly TV, changed the people's lives in Afghanistan?
And the delegate of Turkmenistan.
Thank you. So my question is, what kind of education system is in Afghanistan, and what is the rate of illiteracy? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Delegate of Turkmenistan.
Thank you very much that you are interested to know about the ongoing situation of Afghanistan. It is an honor for me. First, about the 6+3. It is a great initiative to support the Afghan government, especially Afghan security forces. Why? The last week, the insurgent groups beheaded 27 Afghan soldiers. And these insurgent groups not belong to just from Afghanistan. As I said, their dead bodies, which Afghan security forces founded, they are from Chechnya, they are from Uzbekistan, they are from Tajikistan and other Central Asian countries. And it's a big trade. So it needs that the Central Asian countries +5 should not block the routes to terrorists to come from Afghanistan, but they should support the Afghan government, the Afghan people, that defeat the insurgent groups in their stronghold. Once again, if you not follow your enemies, the enemies will follow you. And I'm sure that if Central Asian countries, plus United States and Europe, do not have an initiative policy to fight against terrorism, it will be a great danger in the next years for the Central Asian countries and for Europe. That was briefly for your question. The second one is about the media role. In the last 10 years, we had lots of achievements about the media. I have been visited about 5 Central Asian countries and delegates from Afghanistan, especially Afghan media. As I said before, now we have 100 TV channels in Afghanistan. From my side, one of the biggest TV channels, Movie Group, which we have 8 TV channels, 3 operates in Afghanistan. It lives by Afghan youth, it presents by Afghan youths, it technically operates from the Afghan youth. So it's a great development. Second, the influence of media in Afghanistan is so important. You cannot imagine that the media in Afghanistan say for the people and give them the way that how you should wear, how you should speak, how you should eat, and what you should watch. So in this case, I think media now plays a great role toward the security, toward the education, and toward the give the idea and control the mind of the Afghan people. The second question, briefly. The third question about the education system. Fortunately, last decade gave us this opportunity that now at 24 years old young, lecturing in university. That is I am. I teach in 5 universities in Afghanistan, 5 private universities in Afghanistan. But I want to tell the reality that the education system, awareness, equipment is so down, regretfully. Because we have less equipment, we have less developed and informed lecturers, and even if you talk about the school system, so regretfully in lots of areas, we do not have nothing. You know, the young Afghan children are so eager to learn. They sit under the sun. There is nothing. They use a kind for writing, but they are eager to learn. About the statistics, regretfully, Afghanistan is a country which you cannot count on the statistics because of insecurity, illiteracy, and these issues caused. But if we talk about the literacy, in 2001, we have 100,000 students in schools, and not even one girl. There was no girl. But now, in 2015, we have 10 million students. 10 million students, which 40% are girls. Once again, education system, education equipments, and literacy level, I want to tell the reality is down in Afghanistan. But we should not forget that the mind of learning, the mind of going forward, you can find in the idea of an Afghan children, an Afghan youth, and an Afghan family. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, honorable delegates. Mr. Chair, thank you for your time. If you have further questions regarding these issues, Mr. Shirzad will be around here, and during the coffee breaks and during the free times you can ask him. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much once again. Sorry for bothering.
Thank you very much, Secretary General and Minister. And now we have to move back to our session. Also, please take into account the notes that you have just taken and also heard from our guest. And when you are discussing the resolution or any other discussions, please try to comprehend that it should take into account all nations, not just those countries who are in favor. Please, in order to make the resolution sustainable, you should make it for world, not for some region or for some countries. It's not the interest of the country who are sponsoring or signaturing, but it is the interest of the world, that the resolution that matters. And now we will move to the moderated caucus on the topic of what have been achieved and what we have to focus on MDG goals. And as the moderated caucus was raised by the delegate of Benin, you will have the floor first, and then we will continue. Delegate of Benin, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Okay, the delegation of Benin and the other delegations are deeply concerned about the Millennium Development Goals, because most of the groups, they are focused on the specific areas, but actually our group thinks that it's not only the matter of specific area or any other places, it's the problem of the whole mankind, and we should focus on the whole of the regions. And we must admit that the goals haven't been achieved fully, and the gaps left, we must fill in the gaps left by the countries that couldn't fulfill it fully, and not focus only on specific goals and cover all of the goals so that to implement them.
You have your time. And if you have questions regarding the speech during the moderated caucus, you should use your 45 seconds to ask the question and also to raise your reaction. So, delegate of Poland, you have the floor.
Actually, she's delegating of which country? Please, what if you tell me? Benin. Actually, I should tell her that our topic is the basement of all topics, all ideas. Because our topic is this: to reduce smoking. If the smoking is reduced, first economic, then the brains are working properly. Then after the brains, the education system will work properly. After that, we really need less for hospitals and other things, which it covers all the other sources.
the smoking reduce. How to reduce the smoke? We are talking about this, and it will answer all the other ideas.
Honorable delegate, your time's up, and the delegate of
Thank you.
Russia Federation, you have the floor.
Thank you very much for your attention. I would like to add that if we will focus on one question, all these goals are closely connected to each other, and if we will focus on to learn on one direction, we will solve our others' problem. That's why it's important to hone on your own direction, which will help not only others' country but your country. As we know, the real goals of the foreign policy is your governmental interest. That's why we have to focus in one, and then according to this, we will solve others. Thank you.
Azerbaijan, you are recognized. Point of information? Okay. Point of information.
Delegate of Russian Federation says that under millennium goal, it will be under 30 years or more. So you say that we have to develop only one aspect between these.
Honorable delegate, is this a speech or is this a point of information? Point of information is used for other purpose to make. If another country is talking regarding your country, it's not your reaction.
Okay.
Delegate of Morocco, you have the time.
Thank you. Delegation of Morocco encourages delegates to speak not on the human level, but on the national level or even global level. This is the first thing. The second thing, what was achieved and what we have to do. We urge and encourage delegates and countries to work on newly appearing problems, which should be added into the new Millennium Goals, as the delegation of Turkmenistan proposed. And also, regarding previous Millennium Goals, we propose that the goals should be achieved on the national level. So the countries who didn't achieve specific goals, they should work on it and continue working on these goals.
Honorable delegate, your time's up. Delegate of Kyrgyzstan.
Thank you, dear Chair. As we know, the topic is, did we achieve our goals? As we know, 15 years ago, we established the main Millennium Development Goals. We call them MDG. So why did we call them Millennium? Millennium, because these goals is very important and relevant for the next millennium. So we think that there is no country that could say that we achieve all of these goals fully. No, we have not like these countries. So this is why our delegations think that we cannot establish new goals before we achieve current. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Delegate. Delegate of Ghana. You are recognized. Point of information.
I would like to add information to delegate from Poland. I'm one of the statistical indicators of those who quit smoking. I had this bad habit for 20 years, and I ask all the youth to listen to these words. It's very serious, and follow my example. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The delegate of Syria, you are recognized.
The delegation of Syria don't think that it depends on the smoking that our problems, because what we do with extreme poverty or hungry or another economical or social problems, it is a small area which you want to add, but it's the smoking. It depends on the human, on the men who are smoke or women who are smoke. But other youth or other humanities, they are not smoking, and this is a problem of your personality.
Honorable Delegate of Syria, please try to not use personal accounts. And concerning the situation on the floor, the resolution should not only include smoking or other, it can include a lot of points. I mean, not only smoking, but healthcare system for youth or job, careers or others. So please try to be more general so that your resolution will include a lot of areas. And the delegate of Azerbaijan, you are recognized.
We heard that some group said that we have to set new goals for Millennium post 2015, but we can't left our old goals, because why? About child mortality, we've not achieved our goal. Why? Because in 2010 we had 7.5 million children dead under 5 years, and the environment, 3.5 million ton toxic waste thrown to.
Honorable Delegate of Azerbaijan, your time is up. And the Delegate of Turkmenistan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Dice. The delegation of Turkmenistan wants to highlight that our country have problems in 3 of 8 Millennium Development Goals. They are eradicating extreme poverty, and reducing child mortality, and global partnership for development. That is why in new resolution we are working on these 3 development goals, and we are promoting among other countries which are following us, and now we're 30 countries. Now there is a 7 points. So several main points, such as not only education, but education is a main point, and others will be sub points we will support this education.
Your time's up. And the Delegate of Netherlands, just next to you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The delegate of Netherlands suggests to focus on all of the 8 goals. We need to consider that every country achieved the goals partially. I want to say that we need to focus on the all 8 goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Delegate of Netherlands. And as a hint that we have already had these 8 goals, and why we are here is to have new goals for youth and try to bring more new and your perspective. It's you, the youth. And yes, Delegate of Azerbaijan.
Can we just set it or not new? Just change these goals.
You can moderate the previous goals, and I really encourage you to have a new goals as well, because since those goals have been set, there have been a lot of new things coming to our lives. At that time, the internet was not developed, but now everyone has really good access to the internet. So, but you can still have this goal in your agenda, because there are still a lot of people in Africa who doesn't have access to internet, or you can add others. So it is like you have to be creative, because we are the youth. And now we have to move back to the delegate of behind you, Angola. You are recognized.
As a representative of Angola, I would like to stress on my country especially. For example, with regard to MDG goals such as poverty reduction and gender parity in education, we have reached only for 50%. We have not reached, however, other goals, and as our fraction believes that we should focus on all our goals and we can improve them. However, we should not make new goals because we cannot reach them if we have not reached the old ones. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate of Angola. As I just said, that even the world has not achieved 8 goals fully, but we have to focus also on new goals because we cannot just stay on 8 goals all the time. We have to move on, and we have to. Of course, we will not ignore 8 goals. You can add them, like the delegate of Azerbaijan said. You can moderate them, or you can make a little change, and you can still include them. So the delegate of point of information, yes. Delegate of Colombia.
Yes, delegate of Colombia. Want to remind for all delegates that topic was about what was achieved of all of these 8 goals and what is important. Why all of the delegates talk about post-millennium goals and another things.
Thank you, Honorable Delegate of Colombia. Delegate of Belarus, you have the floor.
We urge those countries who did complete the goals and achievements before the targeted date, before the 2015, to include those goals in post-2015 and urge countries to be open in helping the others to follow the exact post-2015. And future is important, and we have to go forward globally in future goals, not the old goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Delegate of Belarus. Delegate of Poland, you have the floor.
Actually, at first I'm going to tell this that just think that there is a fire. You are only going to put the water on that fire is not the solution. It is not the solution. First, watch the around of that fire. Why this fire made? Because of which thing this fire made. Look, there is petrol, there is trees, what for that? For example, in 2003, a forest has burned in France, but it still burns because due to the lack of carbon dioxide, the oxygen gets alone, because of that it burns. And for that, they cut the other trees, they didn't put water on that. They cut the other trees around of that there shouldn't be anything else to burn more than that. Now I'm going to tell that, please think about this, that these problems today, economy, this security, everything, because of what mistake we are going
Honorable
to face.
Delegate of Poland, your time's up, and Delegate of Albania, and then Iran. Can you just pass it? Yeah, next to you.
The delegation of Albania, some countries have achieved many of the goals, while others are still working to achieve them. And the delegation of Albania think countries need to review their performance, if they are down the goals or not, and ask ourselves, new goals have to be decided and agreed collectively, and what are the next ones, and how does the next world development looks like. And we need to new national consultations, like in Albania.
Delegate of Albania, your time is up. But thank you. It's your first time to speak, I think. And for others who haven't spoken, please be active and speak. It's your chance. And Delegate of Iran, you have your floor.
Thank you, dear Honorable Chair, Excellencies. Today we are assembled here on the special occasion where all of us united here under one mission. Our country, Iran, would like to ask the delegate of the Poland to not run around the bush and be more specific and be more polite as well. Consequently, we'll put our valuable input, as all of us know that united we stand, divided we fall. We wish that on this meeting we'll produce relevant resolution. The United Nations MDG post-2015 are certainly aimed at aiding development of all nations. However, nations considered the least developed countries might not be able to meet all of the MDGs. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate of Iran. The delegate of Turkmenistan and the delegate of Greece. You cannot present, and you have to have your play card. And delegate of Turkmenistan, and then next to
United Arab Emirates. Thank you, Honorable Chair. And the delegation of Turkmenistan really supports the delegate of Belarus. And we're really seeing that all of you, all of us, you are the face of your countries, you are making here decisions. And for example, let's say that 8 millennium goals. If some countries achieved that, but others not achieved, should we make them also enlisted them in our new Millennium Development Goals? What will do countries that have already achieved that? They will just do nothing. So that is a question one. So we need to put these 8 old Millennium Goals as a sub-points to our goals. So we should create our new goals, which are which will cause to each country of you. So we should combine and we should make some comprehension in our ideas and create new 8 Millennium Goals, maybe 10, maybe 7, and include this one as sub-points.
Honorable Delegate of Turkmenistan, your time is up, but I really encourage you, dear delegates, to have a coffee break because you will not have enough food left. So I really let you go.
Он же говорит, что он хочет новый год залетать.